All right, cool. So we are back here in Dallas with my friend Maria at another one of her properties. So this is like a day in the life of like a real estate investor. Well, let's talk about this deal. So how did you find this deal?
So this one was another pre-foreclosure. I'm a little obsessed with pre-foreclosures.
So you're doing your own marketing.
Yeah.
How are you marketing to people?
So primarily we do text blasts. So we try and get people just to respond via text, but then after that we're hitting them on the phone. So here's how it works with the pre-foreclosures, guys. And actually here's a little tip, I guess, for you. The reason why we get a lot of pre-foreclosures is because all this information is published on the county website. So number one, this is free. So all of you guys can access this.
Free stuff.
Free stuff. Number two, my assistant's literally going on the county website every single day. So every day, even if they're only posting 3, 4, 5, 10 new leads, she's on there every day. We skip trace them immediately and we're reaching out to these homeowners.
So pre-foreclosure just means the bank has not taken the property back yet, but you've probably missed typically 2, 3, 4 payments, right?
Exactly.
So these people that have missed these payments, the bank has been calling them, sending them letters, certified mail. They're like, dude, you gotta pay, you gotta pay, you gotta pay. Typically these people kind of have their head in the sand and they're just trying to ignore it, thinking it's gonna go away, or they're gonna get it fixed, or something miraculous is gonna happen, and something does happen. An investor reaches out to them and says, hey, we wanna buy your house, right? You know, the good thing for an investor, for you, is that that information is public record because it's filed with the county. So you've got your virtual assistant sort of scraping that information every day, and then they're looking up the phone number and somebody's calling, texting.
So I think another advantage for us is our approach. And what I mean by that is a lot of people are reaching out to these homeowners asking them, hey, do you want to sell your house? They're not looking to sell their house. Our approach is, you know, hey, Mr. Homeowner, we saw that you guys are on the foreclosure list. We work with homeowners in this situation. How can we help you? So coming at them from that approach, they then ask, well, how can you help? So that opens up the conversation right there, and we talk about some of their options. We end up actually having a conference call with them and their lenders a lot of times. So that's kind of like the next step that we try and do. If there's no way for them to keep their house, it's not me telling them that, it's their lender. Because I took the time to get on the phone with them, see what options they have available, you develop trust and that confidence with the homeowner that if worse comes to worse, if they have to sell the property, they already trust you. It's like, you know, one of the things that I started doing is that I would help the people and they would end up maybe sometimes going with someone else, ghosting me, whatever. And it's like, man, I have nothing to show for the fact that I spent an hour 30 trying to help these guys. So these consultation calls that we do with these homeowners now, we charge them now anywhere from $200 to $300 to do the call. By doing that, it gets them to commit to working with us, because it's like, man, I've already paid Maria, you know, $300. I'm gonna keep working with her. I'm gonna ignore, you know, all these other people that are calling. And what we tell them is that, hey, if we can't help you keep your house for whatever reason, your money's refundable. We'll give you back your refund.
First of all, let me tell you people, like, if you don't know, Dallas is a big ass place, right? Every time I'm here, I'm always blown away at like going from one side of this town to the other. You buy like everywhere.
As long as it's within like an hour radius of the DFW airport, because I live literally right by the airport, I'm game to take a look at it. It's a good area.
How did you pick this neighborhood? Or you're just literally just calling everybody who's in pre-foreclosure?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of our strategy. Anyone that's in pre-foreclosure, we're hitting them up. But technically, this is Fort Worth, but it's Keller ISD. Keller is an awesome school district. So this is also going to be another house that I keep.
So you feel good and safe about buying this one?
Oh yeah, 100%. And we got a pretty decent deal too. And I mean, very similar to the other house we walked. This is a 4-bed, 2-bath. It's about 1,900 square feet. And I ended up doing the same thing as the previous house we talked about, where the homeowner wanted some time to stay in the property after I purchased it. I gave him a month, but again, that was in January that he was supposed to be out. We're in April. I ended up holding back $10,000.
Tell us the numbers on this deal.
I ended up buying this one for $178,000. Again, I did a $10,000 lease back, which they are not getting any of that money back. So I ended up making an extra $10K from that.
So they were able to stay in the property for a little bit. You held $10,000 of their proceeds. The idea was they were going to be, it was going to be emptied out.
Yes.
So if we pan over here, we can see that they did not leave it clean. Once again. All right.
Oh man, yeah, no. And the rehab for this one, fairly light. I mean, it's mostly cosmetic, but it's going to be about $40,000. And the resale value on this place is about $330, $340.
So do you remember when you first contacted them?
Probably in November.
And the reason I ask that is for newer people that they always question, like, how quickly could I get this done, right? So you said sometime in November, and you closed on it when?
I think I closed on this thing end of December.
Really, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks. Now, could you have wholesaled this deal?
Yeah, I definitely could have. People would have been interested in it, but I knew it was an awesome deal, so heck no, I'm not wholesaling.
What could you have made on it as a wholesale deal?
I could have at least 40. I can make like 90 on this one, flipping it.
But you're going to hold it for the equity.
Yes.
Because People, all real wealth is made by holding properties, not wholesaling.
Yep.
Show us what you got.
Yep.
So hopefully we're on the outside here. We're gonna do a little bit of work.
Oh yeah, this thing needs to be chopped down a little bit and at least maybe match it with the rest of the.
If you look over here,
yeah,
you can see that there's settlement in the bricks. So is that an issue with these houses?
I mean, it's super common for Texas, especially, you know, the North Texas area. This house.
Oh, this is the place where you guys dig under houses and jack them up like it's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a big deal every place else. And so you've got the upgraded garage floor. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, I know. I love that thing.
This feels just like a house that I owned in DeBary, Florida.
Oh,
you walk
word?
in just like this and had a little laundry room. How long have you been working on this one?
So we started, I think it was like last week. So we're gonna put some LVP throughout the entire house.
You're gonna go over the top of this? I think I would just chip this tile up if you want to do the LVT throughout. LVP, luxury vinyl planks.
Luxury vinyl planks.
So you come in, you've got a living room, fireplace.
Yep.
So are you keeping the wet bar?
Yeah, I think we're gonna
What else do you
keep
do
that
with it,
thing.
right?
Yeah, I don't know what else to do with it, to be honest. Exactly.
All right. What year was this built?
Oh, 86.
I was gonna say, it feels very 80s, right?
Yeah.
With that bar sink.
Yeah. So we're doing, was it can lights throughout and
Yeah.
whatnot? So,
See that?
you know, the
So
guys
you're
started messing
scraping the
around with some of
popcorn, or
that.
are you rolling with it?
I do want them to take it off. I'm gonna double check that is still the game plan, but yeah.
So, I mean, for a rental, it's okay. Nobody's probably gonna care. So
There were appliances in here already. These things, usually I like to replace them and do stainless steel just so it has nice, clean look.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can maybe sell these things.
you got to pick one and stick with it. So
Yeah.
pick the black or the stainless. And it'd be neat if you could take this wall down and really open it up. Cool. So your kitchen.
Yep, so we're just gonna clean up the cabinets, paint them. Cabinets were in decent shape, so.
Yeah, so they're hardwood cabinets, so you can tell you've sanded them all down.
Yep.
Looking good. I'm just gonna paint. What color are you painting them?
I think they might do a gray, possibly.
Okay. What color are you gonna do on your walls?
White. Usually I like to do gray for the walls, but I'm kind of letting my new GC run point just because he does some freaking phenomenal houses. Like his houses end up looking really dope. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let you
Give
do
them a
your
shot.
thing.
And then you're gonna do some granite countertops back in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yep.
Good little kitchen, good size. This will be good for entertaining.
We opened that up because there was a deal kind of over there.
Like
It
an
just
arch or
looked, it was tiny. There was like accordion doors to get into the kitchen. So we got rid of the top and then opened this whole thing up right here too.
Yeah, I mean, the way people design houses now is different than the 80s, right? I'll be honest with you, it looks like there's underlayment under this tile. I bet you it would come right up. Just depends, you know, you're gonna tear it up now or you might tear it up later. Just depends on what your budget is, you know? You could definitely also get someone to come in here and steam it clean and be fine.
No, that's true. I just didn't know like how it would look with the LVP and then this, you know what I'm saying?
It's okay. You know when it looks bad is when people do like wood tile that looks like wood and then have it next to the LVP and it never matches because it looks like two different types of wood and it looks stupid, but I think you'd be okay. So no pool here?
Nope. To be honest with you, I try and avoid houses with pools.
I do too.
Like, I really do. I only got that last one because again, it was a good deal.
This guy here is some Trap House gold.
This thing was a hot mess. So instead of trying to completely fix it up, we're just gonna replace some of the area that's like rotted and stuff and turn it into a pergola. So we got rid of all the posts and all this.
You think it's savable?
Yeah, I mean, from what we were talking about, it was gonna almost cost the same thing to tear it down versus just kind of fixing up some of the stuff that needed to be fixed. And because I think if we got rid of it completely, like it would just look too naked back here.
Well, people want some kind of cover, some place to sit.
Yeah.
So nice backyard, so that's gonna be cool. You got some trees, give you a little bit of privacy.
And actually, this was way worse because this was coming out like all the way up to here a little bit.
Creeping into your yard.
Yeah, so the guys did cut it back quite a bit, but.
Love it. This one doesn't stink like the last one.
Oh man, oof. Thank goodness.
Do you change hinges and stuff or no?
Yeah, that's one of the things they should be doing. So
Gotta make sure that's in your scope of work. One thing that we always looked at when we were remodeling houses, and also when I sold door and trim and millwork, was making sure that your hinges match your locks, locks match, you know, same finish as your faucets and your lights and everything. You don't want it to be like gold, brass, black, white.
Yeah.
Because even though people may not know it, they'll just sense that something's off when they walk through. Outlets are just rolling with the ivory.
I am not sure what they're gonna do, but yeah, these things look a little, yeah.
Your AC looks good though. So So you could tell that you don't have a settlement issue here because all your doors close without sticking.
And the hot water heater doesn't look too bad either.
It's electric, not gas. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms? Yep. Awesome. Let's go back here and check this out.
Yeah, so before there was a shower, tiny shower right here. So
we killed that, double plumbed it.
yep, there was a double vanity here. We just moved it over slightly. And then this used to be just a big ass tub.
You can tell they're on the laser level deal. Everything's perfect.
I love it. Love it, love it, love
Get
it.
a little bit of a pitch on that around the window so that it doesn't hold water. I like it.
Yeah.
A good house.
Yeah, no,
Another good
I'm
one.
excited. I'm excited. These guys do really, really good work.
So when do you think that they'll be done?
We'll be done in like 3 weeks.
Any final thoughts on this one?
I've used the same
Dun,
contractor
dun, dun.
for the last year and change, but I think you and I were having a conversation
Yeah.
about this, and someone else mentioned the
Yep.
same thing to me. Very beginning, yo, awesome, but yo, the quality of work has just started like deteriorating. And I mean, you form really good relationships with these guys, and at the end of the day, sometimes the main contractor is not the one doing the work. He brings in subs.
Well,
but
I think at the beginning they want to impress you. Then one day you wake up and you're like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is not the quality that I expect from you. And sometimes they can fix it, and sometimes they just can't. You know?
So I found a really good guy, and I mean, his guys, like, you saw it in there with the laser. I'm like, okay, you guys are on it, because I've had people that just eyeball stuff, and it's like,
I know. So how often do you come by and check on the job?
So to be honest with you, I don't stop by all that often. The great thing about the GC that I'm working with now, I get pictures in a Dropbox every day.
Okay.
So that's part of the reason too why I don't need to
you
stop
can
by like
monitor.
that. Exactly. They send me pictures every single day in the
Yeah.
Dropbox. My time is best spent, I feel like, finding deals and making offers and also finding money. So that's where I try and spend the bulk of my time, but I will check in, you know, just to kind of see how
There are some great project management apps, and because I don't do a lot of it anymore, I can't remember, but where they'll take pictures of the same, you know. So I want a picture of the same bathroom every day from the same angle, right? You don't want them like playing games and be like just showing you the 3 things that they worked on. But there are definitely some good technology sources to help you manage remotely.
For sure. So I try and leverage that as much as possible, because
Yeah.
it's like, otherwise I'd spend all day driving around the entire Metroplex, and it's
Because
like,
it's a lot.
yeah.
So how many of these deals do you have going right now?
So right now, literally, it's just these 2 houses that we have working. I have a house that we put on the market yesterday. So it's a house in Dallas.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually working with an agent. Typically, I list my own houses just because that's another little hack. I typically just pay $400 flat fee through FSBO, for sale by owner, and that's how I sell my houses. But I'm working with an agent, so she listed one of my properties yesterday.
Well, what's your strategy or philosophy on listing your properties?
Typically, I mean, I like to try and stay under the highest comp, just, you know, to draw in some attention initially, you know what I'm saying? And if we don't see that we're getting any movement, then after a little bit, you know, we'll bring it down. But I don't want to start off crazy, crazy high. I want to try and, you know, get some people to check it out and maybe create some sort of bidding war, even though right now, I don't know if there's necessarily a ton of people going too high above asking. I think the biggest thing, well, with finding deals, it's just about consistency. That's how you can, you know, find deals like this.
That's why I tell people, you know, it's like baseball. You have to get up to the plate every single day and be taking swings. All right, another good deal.
Yay,
Good job.
did it.